Bill Number 4058, the Fiscal Year 2026 General Appropriations Bill. I move that we ratify the said conference committee report.
All those in favor of the conference committee report say aye. Aye. All those against say nay. The ayes have it. The said conference committee report is ratified. Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to adjourn session until January 26, 2026.
Sessions adjourned until January 26, 2026 at 3 p.m.
Comment ko ngayon because I'm going to share with you yung aking explanation. I'm supposed to vote no. Kung natuloy sana yung manifestation of votes ngayon, although I understand na sa rules ay aye and no and nay votes lang. And in fact, nandun pa lang ako sa pintuan nung narinig ko na yung aye and the nay votes. And I was looking at my watch. It was just about 2:02 in the afternoon, and it was set to be at 2 o'clock. So nagulat na lang ako na nag-uumpisa na pala yung botohan. So ano kayang pasabog ito na napakabilis na mga pangyayari yung pagra-ratify nung BICAM report? Yes, aye and nay votes, pero ang pagkakaintindi ko dyan ay pwede naman na maglahad ng explanation yung mga nag-register ng no votes. And I was supposed to be one of them. And some other members of the minority, lalo na yung mga bumoto rin ng no votes noon doon sa House GAB, ay boboto rin. Ang alam ko, boboto pa rin ng no, supposedly, at naghanda na rin sila to have a manifestation or explanation of no votes. Pero yun na nga, napakabilis ng pangyayari. Immediately, nag-move na to adjourn at in-adjourn na. Because nga, when somebody moves to adjourn, that's not subject to any question, that's not subject to any debate. So nakakagulat, nakakadismaya na ganon kabilis yung ginawa nila. Mukhang, orchestrated syempre yung mga ganyan na mga laro. So I will share with you my explanation. Well, we can say that. Kasi bakit gagawin nilang ganon kabilis? Why not wait really for for those of us who voted or you who were going to vote for no to explain our respective no votes, especially so na wala namang prohibition yan sa rules. Yes, may ganun lang ang boto, aye, and then nay votes, pero there's no prohibition on the manifestation or for any one of those who register for no votes to explain for the record the no votes. So, nakakadismaya, hindi dapat nangyayari ito in a deliberative collegial body like Congress. So thank you very much.
Ano pong boto niyo sa ratification and why?
Explain.
Okay. No po ang boto ng makabayan sa pag-ratify at ratified na bicameral conference committee budget, no? Meron tayong napakadaming mga rason kung bakit. Main points po.
Go ahead. You first.
Okay. Sa bahagi natin, mukha tong halos consolation prize lang sa mga mamamayan. No, yung mga hinihingi natin, yung mga gusto nating makitang pagtaas na budget sa serbisyo, sa edukasyon, hindi po ito sapat sa dekadang negligence na naging rason kung bakit sumimbulat yung education crisis, yung climate crisis, at lahat pa ng mga issue na nakikita natin ngayon. No? And hindi rin po nakakatulong na ito ang treatment ng majority ng Marcos Jr. administration sa budget. No? Na as if sinisweep under the rug yung hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin masagot-sagot na issue sa accountability, sa walang nakulong, sa kawalan pa rin ng hustisya na hindi pa rin na-resolve yung decades-long corruption na naging issue dito ngayon.
Okay. So, no ang boto natin sa ratification dahil, una, hindi totoong people-centered ang 2026 budget. No? Mananatiling import-dependent ang Pilipinas. No? Halimbawa, sa bigas. hindi makakamit sa pamamagitan ng budget na ito yung rice self-sufficiency. Walang pag-develop sa local industry, so import dependent pa rin. Kapos pa rin ang magiging pondo para sa edukasyon, kalusugan, pabahay. Kahit pa sinabing dinagdagan ito, malaki pa rin ang kakapusan. Samantala, pinalaki naman yung budget para sa panunupil sa mamamayan, lalo na yung lumalaban sa kahirapan. No? So nadagdagan ang confidential and intelligence funds, malaki ang dinagdag sa pondo ng militar at pulis. No? At hindi rin totoo na pork-free ang budget na ito. Totoo, binawasan ang pork sa DPWH pero nilipat naman sa iba. No? Kasama na rito yung malaking dinagdag sa LGU pork na tinatawag natin. No? Mahigit 58 billion ang nadagdag sa mga lump sums para sa LGU, para sa mga infrastructure projects at ayuda na idadaan na sa LGU ngayon. Kung dati sa mga distrito, ngayon sa LGU. So nandyan pa rin ang pork. No? Samantala, para madagdagan ng pork, binawasan naman yung pondo para sa benepisyo at sweldo ng government employees. So malaki ang binawas sa pangdagdag ng sweldo at para sa retirement benefits ng mga empleyado ng gobyerno. Nilagay sa unprogrammed appropriations ang 43 billion para sa personnel benefits. Kaya sa mga kadahilan ng ito, among others, ay no ang boto natin.
No ang boto ng Gabriela at Makabayan dito sa proposed 2026 budget dahil una sa lahat, binigyan nga tayo relatively mas maaga ng budget ng report at kopya ng nangyari sa BICAM. Ngunit hindi naman tayo pinagsalita. Very telling ito dun sa buong process ng budget ngayon. Bagamat may mga pagbabago pero wala namang tunay na transparency. Pangalawa, hindi totoo na walang pork dito sa 2026 budget. Buhay na buhay ang pork. Hindi ito tungkol sa kung sino ang nagbibigay nitong mga ayuda, kundi yung mismong presensya ng bilyong-bilyong mga ayuda na very prone talaga historically sa corruption, sa misuse at sa abuse. Hindi ito tungkol doon sa kung sino ang nagbibigay, kundi bakit hindi natin binibigyan ng sapat na pondo, yung mismong paglikha ng trabaho, yung pagpupondo sa pagpapayaman ng lokal na agrikultura at industriya na maglilikha ng dagdag trabaho, dagdag kabuhayan, dagdag pondo para makatulong dun sa mga nangangailangan na magkaroon ng security sa kanilang trabaho at kabuhayan. At pangatlo, kulang na kulang yung pondo para dun sa social services, lalong-lalo na sa pabahay, sa serbisyo para sa ating mga kababaihan at mga kabataan. Ang laki ng cut pagdating sa mga daycare centers, sa pondo para sa mga temporary shelters para sa mga victims ng gender-based violence. Yan yung mga dapat unang-una na binibigyan ng priority at nilalaanan ng pondo. Ngunit hindi natin yan nakita sa 2026 national budget.
I mentioned kanina, no? So isang major red flag ay kinaltasan ng malaki yung personnel benefits. No? So may 10 billion na kinaltas para sa additional compensation. No? Pambayad yan sa pagtaas ng sweldo or allowances. Tapos may malaking binawas din sa retirement and terminal leave benefits ng mga empleyado. No? 32 billion ang tinanggal. Tapos nilagay sa unprogrammed ang mga ito. No, so ibig sabihin nun, may tiyak na pera na nasa program para sa mga benepisyong yan, ginawang unprogrammed. No, to make room for additional insertions. No, ito naman yung isa pang red flag. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, yes, binawasan yung tinatawag nating pork sa DPWH budget, pero nilipat lang to sa iba. Ang isang malaking pinaglipatan ay yung subsidies to LGUs. No, so iba't ibang forma yan. Meron sa calamity fund, meron direct subsidies to LGUs, tawag financial assistance to local government units. Kung titignan nyo, pork pa rin yan dahil gagamitin yan para sa infrastructure, ibig sabihin kalsada, tulay, building, o di kaya ayuda. No? So, nandiyan pa rin ang pork, nilagay lang sa ibang lugar at idadaan sa ibang ruta.
Si Kong Egay po kasi questioning daw po niya yung unprogrammed itong budget sa Supreme Court kapag hindi binito ni Pangulong Marcos yung unprogrammed appropriations amount to almost 250 billion pesos. Ano po ang plano naman nito?
Well, totoo yun. Wala talaga sa Constitution. Kahit hanapin nyo pa, no? I-search nyo, wala kang makikitang unprogrammed appropriations sa Constitution. No? So, dapat talagang tanggalin na ito, itigil na ang practice na ito. Nakita natin in the past kung gaano kadaling abusuhin ito. At lubos na inabuso to para sa flood control corruption in the past few years. Mula nung panahon ni Duterte hanggang sa kasalukuyan. So dapat talaga matanggal ito at itigil na ang paggamit ng unprogrammed appropriations.
Yung ratification naman po talaga by procedure, viva voce voting naman po talaga yon. So it actually usually just takes that quickly kasi it's ayes and nays lang naman po talaga.
May mga umaalamang congressman, hindi daw sila nakapagpaliwanag ng kanilang vote. Sana daw nilang magsalita.
Pag viva voce po, usually hindi na ina-explain yung vote. Kasi po, pag nominal voting po, doon nag-explain. Di ba po, pag nominal voting, you can stand up and say, I vote no or I vote abstain and I reserve the right to explain my vote. Parang ganun po. But for viva voce, generally po, it's, you don't, parang usually po, it's really just that. It's you call for a vote and then ayes and nays and then nag-rule.
Si Congressman Erice ko questionin daw sa Supreme Court yung program appropriations, unconstitutional daw po ito. Anong sagot po niyo?
For unprogrammed appropriations po, ever since for several decades now, there have been unprogrammed appropriations in the budget. Makikita niyo po yan ever since, even before 2010, there really are unprogrammed appropriations. And the reason being, for example po, FAPs, foreign assisted projects, there really are foreign assisted projects that have ongoing negotiations that just did not make it in the cutoff for it to make it to the NEP. So may mga ganun po kasi that we cannot renege on our obligations with multilateral partners and other organizations like JICA, COICA, and World Bank. The items within unprogrammed appropriations po, if you would see in the version of the enrolled copy of the General Appropriations Bill, which we will circulate, it's been circulated to the members, and I believe these will be uploaded in the respective portals of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Makikita nyo naman po yung breakdown doon ng unprogrammed appropriations. Napakalinaw po kung saan po mapupunta. Yung dati pong tinatawag na sagip, kung yun po yung doon po maraming question kasi doon po may infrastructure dati, doon dati may social services, wala na pong sagip ngayon sa unprogrammed appropriation. So kung titignan po, kung hihimayin po ang laman ng mga programa sa kasalukuyan ng unprogrammed appropriations, ang laman po noon, foreign assisted projects, AFP modernization, RACE, CARS, Marawi Rehabilitation Compensation Fund, and other items. Nakalista po specifically what purposes those are. And
Yes, ma'am, pero unconstitutional po kasi nani-rule na raw po ito ng Korte Suprema.
the GAA will form the legal basis for the unprogrammed appropriations for the purposes specified for which the unprogrammed appropriations will be allotted. So yung GAA po kasi is the legal basis for the unprogrammed appropriations.
Ma'am, na-address mo ba yung, kasi I understand, we talked to Deputy Speaker po, yung concerns about yung sa guarantee letter, the provision of prevention of prohibition of political intervention. Can you clarify, ma'am, ano po ba yung magiging situation going forward in terms of MAIF and the AICS under dito sa VICAM general?
The jurisdiction po of the House and the Senate is up to the development of the GAA itself. The execution lies with the executive. So I cannot speak po as to the actual way it will be implemented, because while the House and the Senate have oversight functions, yung mismong execution at lahat po, ang maglalatag po niyan, yung mga respective government agencies. What we can provide for in the GAA would be the safeguards. And as mentioned, in the version of the GAB that was ratified today, there's a general provision. The title of it is Prohibition on Political Involvement in the Distribution of Cash, Aid, and Other Financial Assistance. So nakalatag po doon yung intent for that general provision.
So
But
pag naisabatas na po ito, ibig sabihin hindi na po ba pwedeng mag-issue ng guarantee letters yung mga kongresista o mga senador?
again, I leave it up to the executive as to how the guidelines will be created for these programs. But as far as the House,
Against the law.
again, the GAA is very clear as to the scope. You would see it in the general provision. Nakalatag po talaga yun doon. Again, I'm sure the executive will create the guidelines based on what's laid out in the GAA. So again po, the execution of this, the implementation of the GAA lies with the executive, and it's up to the executive to develop the guidelines for these programs.
What is the intent of that provision?
Yung prohibitions nyo covered na kaya yung
Ang nakalagay po doon, if it's already been uploaded, I believe. Do you have a copy na po of the general provision? But what was laid out there would be AX, MAIP, and TUPAD. The guarantee letter is issued by DOH. It's the DOH that issues a GL code for particular items. So again, it's up to the DOH to operationalize their guidelines.
How do you interpret that special provisions na nakapalong na doon sa report?
If I may respectfully po, in terms of the interpretation, it's we were the ones who crafted the provision po, diba? And we laid it out as is, that if you would see po, if you would see the provision, it's very clear. It's prohibition on political involvement in the distribution of cash and other forms of financial assistance. And it was laid out there that it's AX, MAIP, and TUPAD that will be covered by that general provision.
Sabi ni Congressman